phone's sync here. Cool. So guys, thank you very much. I know we're all busy getting ready for Christmas. We're what, 3 days away, 4 days away?
Yeah.
I've got a lot of shopping to do, and today's my wife. Oops. Keep yourself muted here, okay? Let me hit a couple of these mutes. But anyway, yeah, today's my wife's birthday, so I got stuff I got to get done when we're done with this as well. So anyway, I appreciate Nick getting on here. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I've been working with Nick now for the last couple of months and helping me a ton as far as just social media stuff and video. Man, he's just a marketing guru. He's got his own company and working with several hundred agents all over the country, and actually in what, 13 countries now?
13 countries now, all 50 states, brother.
Which is pretty awesome. So doing some big things. And we talked about this, I don't know if you guys saw it. Inman News had an article here about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, said 88% of home buyers and sellers, they're going to be searching things out with realtors over the next year, 2022, and video is a huge part of it. And so, what we can do on social media, what we can do in video, Nick's helping me a ton with that. And we just talked about it. He offered to get on here and do some stuff for, this isn't just our group. This is not an EXP thing. This is agents from all over the place, And so, I appreciate you guys jumping on, a few days here before the holiday. Nick lives in Orlando, but he's up there in Cleveland. It's colder in Cleveland.
No colder. Yeah, I went to the Browns game last night too, and I'll tell you what, that definitely was a lot colder than I remember.
Good for you. So anyway, Nick, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'll just kind of keep an eye here on the chat, but also keeping people muted and stuff. Just a reminder, once again, mute yourself. If you do have a question, put it in the chat. We'll make sure we get all the questions answered here before we go. But Nick Krem, take it away, my friend. I appreciate
I appreciate you having me on, and it's coming into things like this. So maybe really think, the presentations that we've been having. I used to say, hey, video's the future, get ahead of the curve. 2022, video is now. It's no longer the future, video is now. And unless we want to work 5 times as hard for the same amount of business, or we want to start losing business to agents who aren't as good, I'll tell you what, I want everybody to think here for a second. Do you know an agent out there right now who's probably not that talented, not that skilled, not that experienced, but is getting more business and getting talked about just because they're on video? See some people smile like, oh crap, yeah, I know an agent or two that's like that right now. And that is the reality that we are living in. It is no longer the best agent that is going to win. It is the one that is the most well-known. But here's what happens a lot of times too. These agents who aren't out there selling a lot of homes, they have more time to be on the back end and post a lot of videos, right? But here is what I realized my real job is to do. I worked with a lot of big agents like Jeff was talking about, and I had the pleasure of working with them. And one of the best things I did was not take a lot of money and just say, how can I have the best agents figure out what is the main problem that they have? And this is what it came down to. I would try and explain to some of these guys about what to do on the back end, what do they need to know? And they're like, no. Give me the minimal effective dose. What do I need to know how to do? And screw everything else. Why? Because you guys don't need to know how the back end works, how to know how to run Facebook Ads Manager, how to run these whole campaigns. What you guys need to know how to do is how to shoot the 1 video a week, 2 videos a week, stay in front of your audience and continue to do what you guys got in this business to do. Sell more homes. Here's my goal. By the end of this, I don't want you guys to leave here more confused than you walked in. I can't tell you how many times I went to a social media class, and I'm sure some of you might have been sitting there thinking, all right, there we go, another social media and video class. Been to a lot of them, and they all usually end up the same way. Buy my $5,000 course, then you have to buy the next one in 3 months, buy the next one in 3 months. Because social media changes so much. That is really not the case. I understand from working with real estate agents, we need to do the minimal effective dose on social media to shoot the videos. And ultimately what we need to do is sell more homes. Let's not become a master at this back end. That's my job. Become a master at this back end and give you guys this exact things you need to do. It's like thinking about this. How does social media guys work like this? Imagine if you're a real estate agent and you went out to someone and it's like, hey, I'm going to train you guys exactly how to sell your own home. I'm going to let you know how to do the listing on the MLS. I'm going to train you how to sell your own home, how to bargain it, how to do the whole process. And guess what? And you're going to pay me full price. Would anybody hire that agent? No, because you're like, as an agent's job, it's your job to take care of that entire process, right? That's what I realized on my back end too. It's my job to take care of this process and just plug you guys into where you guys need to be. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some slides. my goal is to make this as simple as possible and show you guys what you need to do each week, what the game plan is. And that way you guys can be the agent that's in front of video, in front of the camera, and be the most experienced agent. I understand that, like in my position, we realized this early on. We can make any agent really look like a monster, look great on social media. But it's my job to make sure that we get the best agents looking good, right? Because if I make a bad agent look good, who is that really helping? I still get paid, but at the end of the day, the end user doesn't get helped and nobody really wins. It's my job to make sure that the experience, the good, the great agents who are talented come into trainings like this, get the right training. So that way you guys can get out in front of more people, ultimately sell more homes and help more families. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here, go over some slides with you guys. All right, here we go. Try not to rhyme too much during this. All right, and here we go. This is what I really want to do. I want to show you guys videos that make money. Because I know from my own experience, when I realize I'm not making money, I'm spending more time, energy, and effort on something that's not bringing money, it becomes a lot less fun, right? I don't know about you guys, but when I know I'm losing money, I don't have a lot of fun doing it. What I want to do is give you guys exact strategies that will make you money, not take a lot of time, energy, and effort that goes into it, and make sure that you guys get positioned as that expert. Just a little bit about me. You know, I started as an ISA calling 15 hours a day. I would call 8 a.m. on the East Coast to 8 p.m. on the West Coast. I know that's every agent's favorite job, right? Hopping on the phones. I was doing that for literally 15 hours a day. You name a value proposition, I pitched it. You name a CRM, I was in the back end of it. Here's the important part. You name a branding strategy, I learned it. So during this time, I started calling 15 hours a day. I started managing about 70 clients at the time, all across the country and also in Canada and all the countries as well, managing during this calling experience. And I really figured out what goes into making a good brand. And since then, we've been able to build our own company into 13 countries now in all 50 states using organic video in less than 3 years. What I'm going to do is share you guys those exact strategies of how we've been helping agents do the same thing, build their brand using video. I'm always like to talk about this. So one Saturday, I saw this, someone hopped to my Calendly. It was in a whole nother language. I was like, huh. Sometimes, you know, you get these spam of like other people in other places. But I was looking at this and I put it in Google Translate. And it seemed roughly something that I was able to do. It was like something about branding. So I'm like, okay, I'll hop on this call. It turned out to be this team. There was about 10 people on this call, 2 translators on a call. It was this team in Spain that's been watching my videos, getting a translator to make sure it was translated over. They figured out they needed our service, hopped to my calendar, had 2 translators ready. I'm like, holy crap. If these video strategies can get a team in Spain to get 2 translators on a call just to hear if I could help them, do you think these strategies can get your neighbor, Reno over here, your neighbor to hop on a call if they're going to be selling their home, right? These strategies work across state lines and even across language barriers. They will be able to help you get in front of your neighbors, get in front of more people in order for you to help you sell homes. Here's another good one. Does anybody know this kid? He's a kid who opens up toys on YouTube and he like gives them reviews and he literally just plays with them, gives them a review, and that's his whole gig. That kid makes $26 million a year. I see some people talking. Yeah, I'm sure if you guys have any kids that are on YouTube, they're watching this guy, right? So this 8-year-old opens up toys on YouTube, plays with them, and gives them a review. He's making $26 million a year. So what happened was his parents understood that YouTube was going to be big. They got him to start following a content strategy, just following these videos every week. They shot videos of just him playing with toys, and now he's just blown up. He's not the best kid at playing with toys, but he was the most consistent. So I was just playing in real estate right now. Like Jeff said too, was it 88% of people are going to be watching videos to figure out they're a real estate agent. 2-3 years from now, there's going to be some of us looking in the mirror right now being like, man, I should have listened to Nick and Jeff and shot more videos. Because you're going to see agents less experienced, not as good, making a lot more money just because they shot videos. I don't want that to happen to anybody here. I don't want anybody to look in the mirror like this guy and just be like, man, I should have listened to him and started shooting videos. We want to make this simple and effective for you guys here. Here's another one. Oh my God, I totally forgot you were an agent. Nobody likes to admit this one, but has anybody lost a deal from a friend or family member? They went with another agent, right? And what happens is, you know, I go into these Facebook groups and these guys or females are like, I'm never going to talk to them again. I can't believe my friends went with another agent. How could they do that? In my mind, I'm thinking, when they thought of real estate experts, they didn't think of you. So whose fault is that, right? And I'm not telling you have to call people all the time and say, hey, I'm a real estate expert, go with me. The simple fact of the matter is, We weren't posting enough videos. We weren't in front of them enough, and they didn't understand how much of an expert we were. So whose fault is that really? If friends or family members are going with somebody else, it is because we did not solidify us as an expert. We did not solidify us as the go-to agent in that area. So you won't, like, if you guys have this brand, you guys have these videos, these things will not happen to us. Here's what happens is we negotiate our way out of videos. Whether it's because the technology is difficult, whether it's because we don't know what to do, we don't know what to say. Here's a big one. Remember when I first started shooting videos? At the time, I had the same haircut for 25 straight years. I was an athlete, so I got a 3-2. You guys know what a 3-2 is? It's literally like a buzz cut, one of the shortest haircuts you can get. And I told myself I was having a bad hair day and couldn't shoot video. And it was literally impossible for me to have a bad hair day. You couldn't even see my hair in the video. But I still told myself that just to get out and shoot another video. We give ourselves all these excuses. And what we don't realize is if you're in real estate, you're an expert, you're a great negotiator. But we're doing the same things to ourselves. We're negotiating our own way out of video and in reality, our own way out of success by doing those things. Traditional branding, you know, we pay thousands of dollars to get on radio, TV, and billboards. I want to take this billboards example for a good one. So billboards, the whole point of them, it's not so somebody stops on the side of the highway, writes down my information, and keeps driving. The whole point of a billboard is you want to put it in a high frequency area that people drive by every single day. So that way they see real estate time and time again, and they think of me, right? But here's what's happening now. We have a social media highway, and people go on that thing every single day. The social media highway is one that people go on every single day, sometimes a couple hours a day. So who here would want to have a billboard on a one-way highway that people go on every single day? But here's what happens. We make one post a month. It's like having a billboard in a cul-de-sac. No one's going to see it. They're going to drive by it maybe once in their life and then never drive by it again. It is not efficient and it will not work. The social media highway is one that people go on every single day. And here's the best part. We can do it for absolute free. We don't have to spend money to do this. We don't have to spend money to do this the right way. We just have to have the right strategy, right? Social media highway is one that people go on every day. Limiting beliefs. I won't take too much time on this one because I believe that we're going to cover all these and make sure that these don't happen. Technology is too difficult for me to get started. You know, it's too late. Don't know what to do or say. Tried it before and it hasn't worked. I can agree with all these because I've been there before, but I know with the right strategy, all of these can be knocked out. You don't have time to create content? Well, we sure have plenty of time to consume it. This really goes into our next one. And, you know, it's one of those where I've been victim to this one as well, where I go on social media more than I should until I made this one mindset shift. Here's the first shift we're all going to have to make. Social media versus social CRM. People ask me all the time, how much time you spend on social media? I say about none. Like what? But I see you on there all the time. You're either kind of a liar or you're crazy. Definitely one of those, and I'm not a liar. I might be a bit crazy because I know my social CRM is where the money is made. So we have to think about this. What is a CRM? What can we do on it? We have a drip campaign, right? Drip campaign emails, whatever goes out. So on social media, Facebook, all these platforms, every video I post, every post I make, whether it's a blog post, a picture, a video, that is a drip campaign. You have to start thinking about every post I make is a value drop into my drip campaign. And I'll tell you what, it's a platform that people go on a heck of a lot more than email. Not saying not to email, but we have to think about, we have to meet people where they're at. Every post I make on my social CRMs is a post into my drip campaign. What else can we do on CRMs? We can call people. We can call people on Facebook. We could call people on Instagram. We could call people on LinkedIn. We could send video messages. We could send DMs. Every single thing that we could do on our CRMs, we could do on our social CRMs. So that one mindset shift to really make sure, man, when I get a client, I'm friending them. When I get a lead, I'm friending them. Making sure that I'm making value deposits into my drip campaign. It's truly knowing what we're doing. To me, when I go on these platforms, I no longer think about it as social media. Social media is for the people who could, social media is for the people who consume it. Social CRM is for the people who utilize it. I want to utilize these to the highest and best use. It's also realizing why people go on these platforms, right? People go on here because they're lazy and bored. I'm going to say that again. People go on these platforms because they are lazy and bored. In our video, here are 3 things to do to sell your home faster. I just got more bored. So I'm going to scroll past that baby so fast, right? People go on these platforms because they're lazy and bored. So it's really understanding what is their content supposed to do and how do we make sure that we keep people informed. Here's a great video. Let me make sure I share my sound with this as well. Yep, I did. Yeah.
We believe that we need to offer a service that everyone can afford, and we're committed to doing that.
Well, if so, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
I see.
So we also have to understand what is social media. And, you know, one of the things I hear about all the time is the algorithm. The algorithm changed. We got to do this now. We got to heart this. We got to like that. Hey, buy my new course to figure out how to do the algorithm right. Here is all we have to know about the algorithm. They get paid when people stay on their platforms. Why? Because then they can run more ads. I don't care about you have to heart it now. You have to do these things now. As long as my content keeps them on a platform, they're going to keep it at the top because then they can run more ads. So all of those things and all these articles that people tell us to read about the algorithm changing, throw them out the door. All you have to know is if I keep them on, they're going to keep me at the top. So that's one of the first big mindset shifts that I would say for you guys to have. Don't worry about the algorithm. The algorithm will never change in the fact that they want to run more ads. That is their only goal because that's how they get paid. My content keeps people on, they're going to keep me at the top. There we go. Who's our true competition? Yes, you guys are reading this right. Booties and babies. That's who we're competing against on social media, guys. On Instagram, it's all these dang Instagram models posting their you know what all over Instagram. And that's who we're competing against. And then on Facebook, it's a little bit more of a family platform. It's babies. You post a baby picture and man, you get so many likes and pictures. Babies and then dogs. Those were the two that I was going to go with, but babies kind of beats them there, right? So those are the two that really kind of take over the helm. Those are the two that capture everyone's attention. We're not competing against Jeff posting all these great videos that he's doing now, just competing against the same people we are. And unfortunately, if you guys follow Kim Kardashian, no big deal. But to me, that's another person we're competing against. And I think we know what kind of things that she posts out there. That's who we're competing against on social media, whose attention we're going for. So now you guys are probably thinking, man, now I really don't know what to do on videos, right? But this is where I'm going to start helping you guys out. Here's one of the first pro tips. Google the top 10 most interesting places in your city and shoot your videos there. Again, Google top 10 most interesting place in your city and shoot your videos there. Why? Because people already said that place is interesting. People in your local area, which is the people we want to capture, are going to stop scrolling. It's like, whoa, I know that place. I know that city. What's going on? Oh, I know that place in my community. They're going to stop. One of the hardest things to do is get people to stop scrolling and watch your video. By doing this one thing, people will stop and start to consume your content. And for those of you out there that are worried about maybe what you look like, what you sound like, here's a great tip about this one. People are going to stop watching and they're going to watch the background. They're not even looking at us. So if we're worried about what we look like and what we sound like, don't worry. They're looking at the background, right? And then they just so happen to get the value that you're dropping too. This is one of the best things you guys can do right here. Top 10 most interesting place in your city. Shoot your videos there. Pro tip. All right, Jeff, I want you to unmute here. I'm going to ask you a question. Let's see if you can get this here. Nothing to do with real estate. So it's just like, what is this, like a Jeopardy question or something? Here we go. What's the one thing you don't do if you don't plan on keeping a puppy?
The one thing you don't do?
What's the one thing you don't do?
I don't know.
Oh, what do we got? We got here, ask unmute. Let's see what do you got.
If you plan on keeping a puppy.
Ask unmute. I see someone raising their hand. Yeah, unmute. Oh, you
Yeah.
name it.
You don't bring it home to the kid.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one as well. I've heard that one a lot. I'll tell you what, that's a great answer too. I think I got somebody in the chat here that got it. Nathan,
Don't buy
right.
it. Don't
Nathan.
buy it.
Oh, don't buy it? That's another good one too. Nathan got the answer I was looking for. You don't name it, right? Because even if I buy it, I can return it. Even if I bring it home to my kid, you know what the first thing the kid's gonna do is they're gonna name it. Like, oh my gosh, let's see here. Hold on. I got my boy right here, Archer. My boy Archer, yeah, look at the camera, look at him. I'm not giving away. Archer's not going anywhere, right? Because that's my boy. That's my boy Archer. We don't name it, right? Because once you name it, then it becomes real, it becomes part of the family, it becomes a thing. And that's where we got this concept from, right? So using this name the puppy concept, we are able to close at the call center, close on 25% more deals. I'm not just talking about appointment show ups, from the appointment to close 25% more. And then on top of that too, we implemented it with another team outside of the call center. They had a 23% higher close rate. And here's what we did. Every time we hung up the phone with an appointment, we sent them a video message. And this video message, you might say like, wow, that's what you did. It really is that simple. One of the things this allows you to do is it creates instant rapport. You create instant rapport before you even walk in the door. And here are the two most important things. And guys, write these down. These are the two most important things in this video message. The first, always say their name in it. Say their name in the video message. Real estate agents, whether we like it or not, we get compared to used car salesmen. Probably because of those bad agents that are out there, right? But we still have the duty and obligation to differentiate ourselves right off the bat. We say their name in it. That person knows we took time just to send them that video. It's not something that's in a drip campaign. Do not use a canned video for everybody. Take time to send them this video message. Here's the second most important thing. And do not ever do this. Do not watch the video before you send it. If you watch the video before you send it, you're going to end up trying to reshoot it 10 or 15 times. You're going to be like, oh, I didn't like the way I sounded. I didn't like what was in my background. You're going to take an extra 20 minutes to try and shoot a video, and you might not even end up sending one. Shoot one video, say their name, and send it. Don't watch it. Don't even watch it after you send it to them. The goal of the video is to say their name and to create rapport. It's not to become this master video. And I'll tell you what, here's another great pro tip. Never go back and watch your videos, guys. If you go back and watch your videos, you're going to pick it to parts. You're going to pick apart every single thing in the video and try and make it perfect. But here's the reality. The imperfection is the connection. Those little things that we mess up on are the exact reason somebody might want to work with us. That time where my brother would walk behind me as I'm doing a video and I'm like, oh crap, I'm not taking that out. Why? Because I'm sure everybody here at some point can relate to the time they had a family member, they had a dog, they had somebody behind them in a video that shouldn't have been there, that happened to walk in when you were doing a video. Those little things that we do that we might mess up on are the exact reason people would have that connection. The one video text that's still one of the best ones I did today, I was shooting a video to this girl named Lisa, this lady named Lisa. I was telling Lisa, I'm like, man, Lisa, I messed up this video so bad, I'm going to send it to you anyways. And then my brother started throwing things at me. So I was literally having things hit me in the head during this video. And I sent it to her. She called me back, laughing so hard. We just started talking about what we can do for him. And it worked so well. Now, I'm not saying to have people throw things at you during the video. But the reality of it is this. Say their name in the video. Don't watch it and send it. It's the amounts we're sending out. And it's the thought that really counts. Right? I'll tell you what. This works amazing for old leads. This is another one, a video text saying, hey, I was just thinking about you. We just sold a home nearby and I want to reach out and see where you're at in the process. Man, we revived leads that were 3 years old that we tried texting, calling, and emailing, nothing. We sent them a video message where we said, hey, Jeff, I was just thinking about you. We sold a home nearby you and I just want to see where you're at in the process. Man, the personalized message goes such a long way. One other thing we do with these, I don't recommend you guys shoot these in a great video studio, right? Because I'm shooting a video and I'm in a great studio and I'm saying, hey, Jeff, I was just thinking about you. You're gonna be like, no, you weren't. You're sitting here shooting videos at your computer, right? These videos work great when I'm walking into a listing appointment. When I'm sitting there waiting for a buyer and I got 10 extra minutes, I'm gonna go to my phone and send out a couple video messages. They work great when you're on the move, when you're in somewhere random, because they're like, man, Jeff really took the time to sit there and send me a video message during his busy day. That feels a lot more important and they make me feel important. All right, so those video messages is one of the first big keys in unlocking this video process. And here's what we're really trying to do. The difference between a contact and a contract is the letter R, and that stands for relationship. We want to turn more contacts into contracts, form better relationships. That's what we're trying to do with these video messages. Form better relationships. So there's a couple topics I'm going to cover versus this one. And normally, Jeff, you know the sign or the poster I have behind me. I think it's Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe, and it says "Don't compete, dominate." I usually get to point to that, but I'm back home in Cleveland now. So competition versus domination. We're going to cover a couple topics. The first one is most people ask me, what time do I post? Right? Here's my answer. It does not matter. All these people that are saying post at 8 a.m., post at 6 p.m., those are the best times. But here's what happens. It gets to 8:30. Has anyone ever done this? I have. It got to 8:30, but I missed 8 o'clock. I'm like, dang it, I missed 8 o'clock. I'm going to post it tomorrow then. That's going to be a good time. And then tomorrow gets to 9 o'clock. I'm like, dang it, I missed it again. I'll post tomorrow then at 8 o'clock. And then these are just little things that hold us back from just making the dang post. Don't worry about what time. Another question I get is how long? Man, how long doesn't matter. I've watched the movie Endgame. Has anyone here seen the movie Endgame, Marvel's Endgame? Man, that movie's about 3 hours long. I watched it about twice. The whole time I didn't move from the edge of my seat. And some people tell me that my 5-minute video is too long. I'm like, dude, I watched a 3-hour movie. You cannot tell me my 5-minute video is too long. Here's the reality of it. Yes, do people like shorter content at times? Absolutely. But am I going to take 3 hours to make sure my 1-minute video script is perfect, to make sure I reshoot it 10 or 15 times? No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post a 20-minute video. Later, I might repurpose that into 1-minute clips. But my main goal is to get content out there that people are going to consume. Whether they consume 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes is up to them. But if I'm providing value, they will consume it. So I don't care about what time. I don't care about how long. The only question I ask is how many. And the answer is never enough. There's never too much content to post. I went live 8 times in one day. My business partner called me. And I was assuming, man, this guy's going to call me and tell me to stop going live. And we were talking for a little bit. I'm like, wait a minute. Have you seen any of my videos? He's like, no. And at first my ego was hurt. I'm like, how could you not see any of my videos? And then it hit me. I'm like, man, this person who I've been friends with, who we like, comments, everything, the algorithm should say that he should have seen every one of my videos. He didn't see any. That's when I realized there's literally millions of pieces of content posted every day. There's no such thing as too much. So my only goal is to be able to post and get in front of people as much as I can. I know if I post at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, midnight, I will beat somebody who posted at 8 a.m. So I don't worry about what time, how long. The only question I ask is how many. The answer is never enough. So those little things with the algorithm, throw them away. Those little things with what time, who cares? Those little things with how long, doesn't matter. The only question we should say is how many are we posting? Content is an asset that can continue to be reused. If we keep posting content, we'll be able to repurpose it in the future. But the main goal is to be able to post as much as we can. Oh, see, and there we go. Sorry, guys. That was my dog. I don't know if you heard it. But the one thing I did to grow my audience internationally, right? Leverage Archer. Hey, Archer, relax, buddy. So the one thing I did to grow my audience internationally is leverage our sphere, right? I always say real estate agents are great at 2 things: drinking and meeting people. Amazing at those 2 things, right? But how do we take meeting people and really be able to leverage it? We meet so many people in this industry, and here's how we do it. Grant Cardone has a saying, who's got my audience? I got a saying, or no, dang it. Grant Cardone has a saying, who's got my money? I have a saying that says, who's got our audience? So here's what we do. And like we said, we're going to be able to give you guys a simple strategy to implement. The best type of videos that anybody on here can get to do is interviews. Why? Because in an interview, number one, I don't have to spend hours coming up with the content and video script. Number 2, I ask 4 questions. I look like an expert. And also, I get to leverage anybody's audience that I get to bring on an interview. So the first thing we would do, I'm going to take you guys to a video strategy where you can do 1 a week, 1 video a week. That's an interview that will help you grow your audience and get more comfortable. So here's the first part of it. Twice a month to once every other week, interview a mortgage lender. And what you do is you go over a market update, right? Here's the best part about these videos. You already talk about the market with your lender. You already talk about what's going on. You both already have an understanding of what that market is doing. So it's not like we have to go out there and print out all these articles and get all this information. All we need to do is give people a local market update. And what we do is I'm going to give you the tool on how to do this too, which is very simple. But then we take that video and you just send it to your past clients, current clients, leads and nurtures. Say, here's a local market update from me. Go ahead and check it out. So now you just took that video you post on social media and it can get sent out to your entire campaign of people. Here's the second video you do. Local business highlight. All right. Your local business, you're going to highlight a local business. Here's the best part. Do a $100 gift card to one person who shares the video. So to one person who shares my video, I'm going to give away a $100 gift card. And here's the key line. Stay tuned for more giveaways. Why? Because now people are going to keep watching your videos. Stay tuned for more giveaways. But here's another great thing. Who do local business owners usually know? Other local business owners. Are they usually in a good price point? Absolutely. And on top of that too, who do other local business owners know? A lot of people in the community. So when you start to tag these local businesses, you're also gaining their audience. Anybody who shares that video is going to be in your target audience. Why? Because they live in the area. And then here's the fourth one. So boom, lender twice a month, business owner once a month. And here's the last one, local school district rep. What's a big reason people move to an area? School districts. I'm sure you have a lot of different school districts you can choose from. But here's the other thing too, especially right now. We always want to create content that answers this one question. What keeps people up at night? And I'll tell you what, even right now, I don't have any kids, but I still stay up at night sometimes thinking, you know, what's happening with kids in schools right now? Because there's a lot of stuff that's happened. Ever since COVID, there's been a lot of regulations, a lot of different things happen. So getting somebody on in the local school district just to talk a little bit about what's going on, you want to get parents tuning in, ooh, that's the one that's going to get them to tune in. So once a month, we start with, let's say, a school district reps. Then next week, we do a mortgage. The next week, we do a business owner and we do a giveaway. Then the next week, you do a mortgage lender again and give an update. And then repeat the cycle every month. That way, we are staying consistent, number one, with real estate. We're also staying consistent because we have to think about this. What are the three biggest reasons people move to different areas? The different businesses and what's happening, the school districts and the real estate market. And we're covering all three of those. On top of that too, it's not always just about real estate. We're talking about local businesses and we're talking about school districts. So we're keeping it interactive. And on top of that too, we're keeping it to topics that people are interested in. People love free things, the giveaways. People want to know what's going on in the schools. And on top of that too, people always like keeping a finger on the market. And then you see some other ones here too that you can mix in, different community events that are happening. So if you guys have a community event, you know, find out somebody who's running it, do an interview with somebody who's running it. The interviews are the easiest and most effective way to grow your audience, to not think about the content you're posting. So I'll tell you what, I asked 4 questions to Jeff. Man, I could look like an expert. All I got to do is ask Jeff some questions. I don't even have to come up with the content. Another question we get is, how do I get people on the show? Here's what I normally say. And I know this is going to sound crazy. It's a crazy concept, but people in the real estate industry can have an ego sometimes. I know it's crazy to hear, right? But here's what we do. Hey, I'm looking to interview the best people I know, the best expert I know in the industry. And of course, I thought of you. When's a good time you can hop on my show and share some information? Hey, I'm looking to bring on the best business owners I know. And of course, I thought of you. When's a good time you can hop on my show? Hey, I'm looking to bring on a local school district expert. And of course, I thought of you. When's a good time you can hop on my show and inform the public? And again, here's the next pushback we get is, man, these people are a little scared to go on a show, to get on a video. If we send people the 4 questions we're going to ask them, the scaredness goes away, because fear comes from the unknown. People don't want to not know an answer when they're on a video. So if we send them the questions we're going to ask them before, the fear goes away. I sent it to the school district. They looked at it like, oh, I could do this. They hop on the show, no problem, right? Next question you guys might be asking is like, you keep saying show, you keep saying these processes. Like, what do I do for that, right? What tools do I need? Here's the one tool that you need. It's called StreamYard, StreamYard.com. This one tool allows you to stream to Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn at the same time. On top of that too, you can have graphics on the screen. So now you don't have to pay a video editor each and every time. StreamYard allows you to stream different platforms at once. And the best part is it's about $20 a month. It's an absolute game changer. You don't have to pay somebody high level. And my favorite part is it's extremely user friendly. They have videos on there that walk you through exactly how to do it. So guys, I think Jeff said the 3 things to do. Here are the 3 things that you do. Video text messages every single time you hang up the phone. Say their name. Don't watch it before you send it. And then you guys have the video strategy, the 4 videos I would recommend shooting a month, doing the interview process, making sure you interview local business owners, give away that gift card. I am telling you, $100 in ads will not touch what this $100 gift card can do. And if anybody here is running ads, you know you have to spend about $1,000 at least to get a return each month. This $100 in a gift card will go a very long way. Mortgage lender every other week. The last one is a school district rep. You guys have some other ideas on here too, but those are the simple video strategies that will help you stay consistent, stay in front of your audience, and at the end of the day, get you out there selling more homes. In reality, let's face it, nobody came on here to become a video expert. You came on here to figure out, what do I need to do to actually sell more homes? This is the strategy that you need to implement to make sure you guys stay consistent and stay in front of your audience. At this time, I do want to open it up to any questions that you guys have. Jeff, do you have anything to add before we open that up?
I think just a couple things, just, and things I'm learning as well with this. I think, the cool thing about doing videos like this is once you do one, it works for you 24/7.
Yeah.
And 5 years from now, that video is still working, and so the leverage that you can get from that is huge. I've been looking at some different realtors who are big in video and looking at their YouTube page, and they've got videos on there from 7, 8, 9 years ago, some of them. And you look at the number of views, some of them have 20, 30, 40,000 views.
Yeah.
And it's just, and it's a 5-minute video on, whatever, three ways to make more money when you sell your house. And it's
Right.
just a 5-minute video. And it's kind of like what you said, they're like walking down the street, they're walking their dog, and they're just on there's nothing polished about most of them that I'm looking at all. And to see the value in that, and then what that can do. And of course, you can, and here's the thing I'm seeing too, is like coming up with content. Like for myself, I am looking at some of these different people's pages, and I'm like, there's not a whole lot of new content. Let's face it. I mean, selling a house and working with buyers and sellers, whatever, I've done this 20 years. It's all the same stuff. It's just, I could go watch one of these other videos 3 or 4 times and go make my own video.
Right.
And do the exact same thing, and just make it my own, and I don't have to all of a sudden create all this new stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing the value in that and how leveraged you can be by doing that. So anyway, just to throw that out, I mean, there's other things here that I've got 2 pages of notes from what you just went through, and I've heard all this before. So it's good stuff. So yeah, I want to open it up. It was let's see. Carlos,
feel free to unmute at this time. And again, I'd much rather have you guys ask a question we answered in less than 5 minutes, and you guys spend 5 months trying to figure some of these strategies out.
who's got some questions, guys?
Man, I must have done a really good job. People are just ready to go. We're gonna see a lot of videos from this group. I love it.
Hey, Nick, I have
What's
a
going on,
question.
Mindy?
How long would you say average time is one of your videos?
That's a great question. I don't spend time on figuring out how long it has to be. I spend more time in figuring out how many videos I'm going to shoot. So for me, I can't even give you an answer because, I don't check how long they are, some of my videos are 15 minutes. Some of my videos are 2 minutes. Some of my videos are 1 minute. Some are 20 minutes. And across the board, some of my 20-minute videos are my best performers. Here's a great example. I did a 9-hour mastermind. And most people told me like, man, that's got to be at least a half hour. It can't be longer. So out of 9 hours, we got 10,000 agents to tune in. And the average watch time was 6.5 hours. So out of 10,000 agents, the average watch time was 6.5 hours. And if I listened to the experts, they would have told me to leave it to like 30, maybe 45 minutes. So for me, it's, if you're providing good content, I would be more worried about like how many videos that I'm shooting than how long. Don't ever worry about how long. If we want to start worrying about that, then it's about repurposing the videos. So my first main thing would be just shooting the videos and getting the content out there. Does that help answer it a little bit? Awesome.
What do you mean repurpose? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, great question. I mean, that's something that we do heavily is like, I'll take my 20-minute video and then what, like a month or two later, we'll go back and then break it up into 1-minute clips and then like make it into like those Gary Vee style type videos. But I wouldn't even get into all that until you have about 2 months worth of content in there that can be then repurposed. So repurpose is the best part because then videos really work for you when you're not doing anything, right? Somebody else goes in there and takes care of all that for you. And I wouldn't go into any video editing tools because I don't think that's what anyone here wants to learn or should learn in that fact, you know? But the first step is making sure that the video content gets posted.
And I've seen that before. You'll take, just again, maybe you find a topic that you just want to talk about. And it could be it could be an interview, it could be something you want to talk about, I think. And, and so you just talk.
Yeah.
It might be 5 minutes, it might be 10 minutes, it might be 15,
Right.
whatever. And you post that video. But now, again, like you said, maybe you go back 3 months from now, you find one little 1-minute clip out of that really stands out to you. And you take that 1 minute and you now it's almost like a new video, but it's just repurposing what you already used and what you already did. And
But
then
the
you post
first
that one
post
movie.
should- Yeah, and the first post should be that 15-minute one. Don't not post the long one because you think it's too long. Post the long one. You never know what people are gonna like. What's up, Mindy? So you raise your
Hey.
hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thought I'd try that. So would you kind of describe like what you feel like your can't live without equipment is for doing video, or your favorite pieces, your top 3?
These two right here. My phone and my headphones. Those are my favorite pieces of equipment because I can pick it up and I can do it anywhere. When we had flip phones, yes, I would say, yes, I'm young, I'm old enough to know there's flip phones before and I had one. But flip phones, those were the ones that had terrible quality on the videos. Now we all have these and we all have ear pods. Well, these are actually my skull candies. I like these a bit more. But we all have some type of like video headset most of the time, right? Whether it's headphones or anything like that. Those are my favorite pieces of equipment because I could take it anywhere. So for me, can't live without equipment. Those are my only can't live without. Everything else, like my studio that I bag in Orlando, I could live without it. I don't need that. I have these two. This is all that I need. Most of my videos are shot on here, right?
I have a question.
What's up?
Would you say majority of your posts are through a YouTube channel or live videos, or literally just on your phone and posting wherever?
Most of mine are live through StreamYard because StreamYard allows me to stream to Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn at the same time. So now I stream to all 3 of those at once, so I don't have to download and upload. So most of my posts are live, and it also forces me not to go back and reshoot it. Because I'll tell you what, if I don't do one live, I'm going to go back and reshoot it. I'm just like everybody else. I'm going to try and figure out what I can do better, rewatch it, and I'm going to kill myself over it. Don't rewatch your videos. Post it live. Get on with your day.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And Kelly, I think I saw you raising your hand before too.
You answered it. I was really asking about the equipment, and I usually do everything from my computer at home. Do you ever do that or just the phone?
Yeah, I do it from my computer. I'm doing it from my computer right now. So, like a lot of things I do from my computer too. If you have the camera on your computer, what you have there is a great setup. It's better than the one I first started with. So, I used to have my computer stacked on boxes. I had the one corner of my room where it was this ugly yellow color. So I had to cover it with posters just to get it out of the way. And it's just a lot of things. Again, the imperfection is the connection. These things that we're shooting on video, we're so worried about getting the best equipment. But in reality, it's a limiting belief that's just getting us to not get started yet. Because I'll tell you what, when you get the best equipment, then all of a sudden you're like, man, now I have a standard to hold up to. You get a great camera, and then all of a sudden everything in the background is really pinpointed. Now it's like, crap, I need a better background. So, a lot of times too with the equipment, do I agree that it can help? Yeah. But I also know this is what we need to get started.
I think along that line, Nick, if I could just throw out, because I think, and tell me if I'm wrong here, I think like even just being out, not so much like on YouTube and all the channels, but even just to go live on Facebook,
Yeah.
here and there, that has nothing to do with real estate.
Yeah.
You're just out, you're pointing out something, whatever. There's something about that. I think people just getting more comfortable with, like, here's the real Jeff, like, they just see you for who you are. And they can connect with you there. You know what I mean? Because again, they'll hire you if they like you, know you, and trust you in that sense. And just you're building all that by just getting on there here and there, as opposed to just posting a picture, posting a post. To go on there and do video and go live on there, people are getting to know you.
It's a great point, Jeff, because real estate is what we do. It's not who we are, right? And a lot of times people hire us for who we are. So it's a great thing to mix that up into it. What's up, Mindy?
How are you capturing your leads?
Great question. So a lot of times too, it's a great point that you bring this up, Mindy, because a lot of videos, you're not going to shoot 1 or 2 videos and all of a sudden all your leads start coming in, right? But here's the world we're living in, guys. I want everybody on their phone, if they're not on their phone right now on their thing, or even if you are, go to your Facebook page and go to your Instagram. On your phone, go to your Facebook and Instagram. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to pull it up. I ask you guys a pretty hard question. Based on what you see on your Facebook page right now, would you hire you? Based on nothing else that you know about yourself, would you hire you?
All day long.
All day. Great job, Morris. Love to hear it. You would hire you. But again, Facebook, Instagram, these are the places people are going to look us up now. Would you hire you based on only what's there? That is the question we need to answer. And if it's a no, they're going to go with someone else. So videos, look, a lot of times we're not shooting these videos just to capture a lead initially and go with them right away. These videos are the drip campaign on our entire audience to stay top of mind. I can't tell you how many times. So I do it like I help people with videos. I repurpose videos and do that. Somebody called me. There's this ad that was going out. I don't know why it was. I got 5 calls that week. They said, hey, I saw this ad about repurposing videos and I gave you a call. I'm like, what? That wasn't my ad. They're like, yeah, but I thought of you. And it just hit me. Like all these videos they watched of me, this other person spent a lot of money running ads, but they don't think of that person when they think of actually taking action. They think of me. So a lot of times you're not going to get that instant person reaching out because you shoot one video. It's going to be that consistent action that's going to get people reaching out. So if you want to talk about landing pages and all that, that's a different subject, I believe, than this brand building and the videos. That is a great question, Mindy.
Mindy, I could also see, I think too, where, you like what he said, I need to do this. I think, to interview like a business owner about their business and then to offer out, like you said, $100 gift card.
Yeah.
Everybody, share the video, whatever. We're going to draw names out of a hat, whatever. Just do it live on Facebook again. Okay. Here's this person, whatever, $100 gift card coming to Sue, whatever, because she shared the video. Like now all of her friends are seeing this. And the more you do that, whatever, all of a sudden here's somebody out there that, because you're going to market yourself a little bit, that you're a realtor and you're doing whatever, and you're talking to this business owner, but for them to come back to you all of a sudden now, I think you start picking up people over time.
You 100% do. And I'll tell you what, here's another question I get to with how to pick a name. Look, as long as you do it ethically, it doesn't really matter how you do it. I would send it to my buddy in Texas because I got like 100 shares in one video. I'm like, dude, just scroll through this and pick a name. You just scroll through it and pick the name. He's like, that's the winner. I'm like, all right, great. I had like my grandma do it one time too. I just said, pick a name out of this list. She picked a random name. Look, it doesn't have to be like a randomator. When it gets to a certain point, you don't have to put names in the hat and draw it. As long as you do it ethically, that's all that matters, right? Like as long as you do pick your friends every time for a winner, look, if you pick your friends, you're actually hurting your business, right? If anything, you want to pick somebody that doesn't know you, but I'm not saying to pick somebody, but as long as you do it ethically, that's what matters.
Have somebody else do it. Have my mom do it.
I have somebody else do it that doesn't know anybody on the list. I'm like, hey, pick a random name. I'm like, okay, that one. Great, the winner.
Stay tuned for more giveaways.
Stay tuned for more giveaways. Man, that's a magic line right there.
Wrote that down. That's good. For sure. What do you guys think, real quick, just a couple comments, because I love the idea of this, and I've done this since I started working with you, Nick, was the video text messages. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to do that like 3 and 4 times a day to go back again with, it could be clients, current clients, past clients, whatever, but just whatever, people you're reaching out to, you're working with, whatever, to send just a quick, like right now, great time of year to do it too, with Christmas and the holidays. And man, you could be, it slows down right now to take the next couple of days and your top 50 people that, are even thinking about moving in the next year, hey, just real quick, just want to send you a quick message, man. I hope you guys are having a great Christmas. Have a great, safe new year, whatever. If you're traveling, be safe, whatever. Just want you to know I'm thinking about you, Joe. Have a great time with your family. I'll see you in 2022, whatever. And just some quick message that you do as opposed to just a text or an email or something like that. that personal touch like that, I think is huge.
Yeah, and it's one of those, I hate to break it to people here, we're not the only agent. We're not the only one, right? There might be like 3 other agents out there that are contacting them that they might be thinking of, right? Glad some people got that joke. But anyways, we're not the only one, right? There might be a couple other people. But here's the thing. They're not sending them a video message. And a personalized video message. You want to, man, we hear it all the time. If you guys have been to any class, sure, it's all about differentiation, right? How do you make yourself different? That video message where you say their name in it goes such a long way. I'll tell you what, that sticks out. I can say this. I remember, I forgot my mom actually watches like all my lives. She like tunes into everything. But like the one time I said, I don't remember what my mom said last year on my birthday, but I remember what this one person, because he sent me a video message that was specific to me. And he said like, man, I love what you're doing, Nick. Da, 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 da. And man, that stuck out to me over everything else. Of course, my mom called me later. She's like, so you don't remember what I said to you? I'm like, oh crap, can't say that one live anymore. But it's the simple facts, right? Like a lot of things, they go in, like you hear it, but it doesn't stick to you. There's those specific moments. And a video message that is sent specifically to you is always one of those moments. So, whether it's just like, hey, I just want to wish you guys a happy holidays. If you need anything, I just want you to know I'm here for you. Jeff, I hope you have a great holidays. That goes a long way. And I'll tell you what, when you think of real estate agents, there's not many other ones that I'm going to think of besides that one agent who took the time to do that.
It's huge. It's good. What else, guys? Any other thoughts, questions, comments?
Let me ask you this. Did this become a little easier or did it become a little more difficult? I always like feedback on that.
Easier.
Easier? Great.
And then
Yeah, much easier. I thought it was like a scheduled thing where you have to timing wise. I always struggle with that.
Yeah, Nicole, that's a great thing that you bring up because most courses and gurus will tell you it has to be on a schedule. It has to be planned out.
Oh yeah, I hear it all the time.
None of these are made for real estate agents. I want to repeat that. None of those courses are really made for a real estate agent. It's like that person who builds this amazing CRM that has all these bells and whistles that none of us are ever going to use because we're out there actually talking to people and selling homes. Most of these courses are made for someone who has all the time in the world to sit back there and do it. Look, what we need to do is just know that, hey, a video a week, I'm going to interview someone, I'm going to get it done, right? So the time, like what day, it's not as important as just being consistent with the video process. I'll tell you what, the text messages, the best ones are when we're on the move. Not even the ones that we're sitting there in an office. Because I'm like, hey, Nicole, I was just thinking about you. And I have like the ring light on me, with my background. You're like, come on, you sent out like 10 of these, right? Who are you kidding, Nick? But when I'm running into a place like, man, I just got out of the gym, got a couple minutes before next appointment. Nicole, I was just thinking about you. We just sold home there by you. I just want to see how you're doing. That actually is like, man, he actually took time to think about me, right? So that is a great point you bring up, Nicole. What's up, Kelly?
How does StreamYard work? How do you interact with it? What does it actually do for you?
Great point. StreamYard, extremely user-friendly. Here's another cool thing about StreamYard. It's about $20 a month. StreamYard allows you to stream literally. So when I do a live video from StreamYard, it goes to Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn at once. So I don't have to download and upload to the other platforms. I can also have my graphics on the screen while I'm doing a live.
Like
So
what?
if you guys see any of Jeff's videos, how he has those graphics on the screen while he's live, StreamYard's how you do it. Sorry, Jeff, I'm giving away your trade secrets here.
No, I was
But,
gonna say, yeah.
StreamYard,
Share my screen and show you.
put your graphics on the screen. So now, like during the live video, I don't have to pay a video editor to go back and put the graphics on the screen for me. StreamYard does that. You could also play a video while you're live on your screen.
Oh yeah, StreamYard's fantastic. I've used it a couple of times. It's really good.
Oh, have you?
I was another agent invited me to. He had like a YouTube channel and everything.
Yeah.
Not like a big agent or anything like that, but he invited me on and he used StreamYard and it was really, really simple to use. So I recommend it too.
Yeah, no, great point, Nicole. And that's the other point too, is simplicity. There's a great tutorial. And the reason I always recommend it is because it is user-friendly. It's extremely simple to use. There's not a lot of bells and whistles. The only things you really have to know is how to create a broadcast, which it says create a broadcast, and how to control your brand. And it says brand. And you literally click on that button and you click on a graphic and it's on the screen and you're ready to go. Marcy, what's going on?
Real,
there you
real
go.
quick, this is one, so I did this last week. Nick and I went live a week ago just to kind of talk a little bit about this. And so I went in here, you can set up all this kind of stuff.
So if you
Yeah.
watch this, Jeff, if you go and click on brand on the right.
Yep.
And you just scroll down, watch this, click on the overlay for me and you.
Let's
The
see,
one that's highlighted there. Yep.
right here.
Yeah. So if you click on it, it's gone. You click on it again, it's on the screen while you're doing a video. It's that simple, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then I like these banners that you can run underneath, you know?
Now then you can have the banners going across the bottom.
Right. And then so you go live on here and it's just, you know, it looks very professional and it's very simple to use. I mean, it took me all of, you know, whatever, half an hour one day to just, you know, kind of figure my way through some of this. It was easy. But you do that with a lender, you know, you do it with a business owner, you do it with one of these people, and it almost looks like you're creating a show. Like it looks so professional.
Yeah.
You know, and again, your clients are going to see this, you know, other agents are going to see it, you know, whatever. If you want to build a team down the road, whatever, it's like, you know, you become like the guy, you know, the expert in that sense. And so it's good.
What's up, Marcy? What's going on?
Hey, regarding the video text messages, I do that a lot with real estate, and I feel, you know, before is you're impersonal if you're not using a landline, and now, you know, if you're not calling on a cell phone, you're impersonal. But I think it takes a lot of pressure off the potential client to actually pick up the phone and have a phone call if you're just going to watch a video message. And I have been getting so many responses that they love it. So I would encourage you to try it because it's really great.
I completely agree. And that's a great point too. It takes off the pressure because then it's like, man, I don't know if I can call this person. When you get a video message, it's a little personal, right? So like, man, I feel like it creates that relationship and rapport that allows them to be like, man, if they send me a video message, I could definitely call them. Right. So that's a great point that you bring up.
Well, and it takes the pressure off the person you're texting the video to. Like, oh, I don't know if I want to pick up the phone, but I'll definitely watch the video that she's going to send me.
Right.
So that was my comment.
Oh, that's a good point as well. Kelly, what's going on? I see your hand up.
Right. So service-wise, do you provide a service that could help us through some of this? What's there?
Well, you know, I told Jeff this wasn't going to be about me, but you know, since you asked, no, if you guys just go to nickkrem.com, it's just my first name, last name.com. We provide different video services, like setting up your StreamYard, getting you guys your graphics, your intro videos. We repurpose videos for you guys too, if you created them. So, you know, just throughout this entire process, we definitely help you through it as far as getting you guys up and running, as far as like the videos go. To get you guys really started. So we get you guys video scripts, the branding, we walk you through it and really help you to that next step.
And then about how long would that take to get somebody who's really motivated to get going?
Are you talking about like, if you want to do videos, how long?
Yeah.
About 4 to 7 business days. So about a week, maybe 2.
Gotcha.
It's a good service. I mean, I could highly, you know, just, and I know it wasn't about that, but I definitely, so far for me, it's been great. I'm doing the interviews. I'm just following what they tell me to do. And it's been good, you know, in terms of just creating that content and then taking those videos and repurposing them. They're doing all that for me. They're doing different things, but no, it's been great to work with. They got a good team of people over there. So.
And Jeff, what kind of feedback are you getting from people that you're sending it to? Or
good? No, I mean, nothing but good. I mean, it's definitely we're creating some good traction, you know, whatever. But again, I think just some of these ideas, and even watching this here, it's reminding me like, oh yeah, I need to interview more business people, more. I need to get I want to do an interview, you know, again, twice a month with a lender, you know, talk about, you know, kind of a quick market update. Doesn't have to be long, 10 minutes. Just quick thing, talk about interest rates, talk about the market, talk, you know, whatever. This, you can hit it pretty quick and then, you know, let them promote their business a little bit. One of the lenders you're working with. And, you know, again, it's just over time, buyers, sellers going to see this. And, you know, it's like, man, you're giving them value, but you're also, you're becoming an expert, you know, to them as well. You know, but some of these different things that we could do like that. But I love that, again, the business idea, the business owners, the school district thing. I thought that, you know, that's good. I remember you saying that now. It's been a couple of months ago, but I'm like, I need to do that. I haven't done that yet. You know, so seriously, but they've been great to work with. So
I think I said Ron got his hand up too. Is that Ron?
Yes.
Yeah, what's
Have
up,
you
man?
heard of BombBomb?
Yes, I have. BombBomb, it's a great service. And what I would say is, are you get what's your question about them first before I get into it?
Well, no, because they do the video too on your, and you can email it and you can track who's watching it.
So for me, BombBomb is more for a highly targeted audience. For me, what I do personally is like if I have a list of all my past clients, current clients, leads, and nurtures that can get pretty large, I send them to my YouTube channel. Why? Because then I tell them to like and subscribe while they're there. I say, hey, watch this video. I add my YouTube link. And just also something good to keep in mind is the heavier the email, the more likely it is to go to spam. So if I send like a video embedded in an email, it's a lot more likely to go to spam because it's very heavy. So, you know, if I'm sending out a mass email, I'm going to say, hey, we just did a local market update. Go ahead and check out my YouTube video. Hey, like and subscribe while you're there. So now you're building your YouTube or your Facebook, whichever you want to do. And you're making sure that people do watch the video. So BombBomb, it's a great service. And again, with your text messages too, I recommend just sending it from your phone, not using an app to send it, just a regular video message from your phone as well. So BombBomb is a great service. I would use that for more highly targeted audience than just sending out to past clients, current clients, leads, and nurtures. Does that make sense? Yep, great. Kelly, what's going on?
The interview, how do you technically do that? You're on your phone, you're interviewing somebody. What does that look like?
Great question. Through StreamYard, it's just like Zoom here. I just invite you to the StreamYard and then I bring you up to the screen. So now we're both side by side on the screen. You could do it in person, but you know, it's a lot more practical to not do it in person, I think, because then I got to get a time for you to be there. Then you can't make that time. Then all of a sudden, maybe restrictions, whatever, change wherever you guys are at. Well, whatever happens, you know, just always doing it like through StreamYard. It allows me to do it anytime, any place. If I'm in Cleveland, you guys are in Colorado Springs, I can interview, right? Or if I'm out in Colorado, somewhere in Colorado, I guess there's more than one place on Colorado, like we were talking about. No matter what, I can interview, right? I'm on top of the mountains, Jeff's on the bottom of the mountain, I can interview. As long as I got service.
Definitely. Cool. Any other last thoughts or last thoughts or questions before we wrap it up? I appreciate you guys getting on here. Some good stuff. So
Thank you, Jeff, for recommending this.
And
For sure.
thanks, Nick, for sharing.
Nick, thank you very much. Seriously.
Awesome,
Yeah.
A lot of
Nice
good
meeting
stuff.
you, Nick.
So take it, chew on it, you know, questions, reach out to me, reach out to Nick, whatever. But Nick, thank you very much, man. Totally appreciate it. So,
Jeff, and like I said, guys, we're either going to grow this year, we're going to adapt or die. This is the year. Let's adapt. Let's make the change. Let's shoot some videos, guys.
cool.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, everybody.
Merry
Have a great Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Otherwise, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I will.
Bye.
Christmas.
Awesome. We'll see you
Thanks,
guys.
guys.